Okay, so it is time to watch the ultimate last episode of Succession. The last ever episode of Succession. I'm gonna go over one more time my uh, prediction. I'm thinking Tom is gonna come out of this one the winner. So I'm gonna be reacting with you. I think it's gonna look like it's gonna be Shiv, but Madison is not gonna want to give it to her because she's a woman and because she's pregnant, and she makes a side deal to give it to Tom, who will uh, work as her kind of proxy CEO. She's gonna stay home being the mother. But the one thing I don't want, LOL, is LOL. I just started watching the episode and had this tab open with the stream, and you started talking. Uh, yep. I thought God was talking to me. Face smiling. Okay, cool. So you'll be watching the episode with me. I'm gonna start the episode now. The one thing that mustn't happen is Kendall winning. So I'll tell you on. I'll start the episode. Kendall is the last person I want to win. Like in terms of want to, I predict he might do, but I think it will be kind of like a weak ending because it's so obvious as well. Kendall winning. But for me, I really do have my money on Tom because he really started at the bottom anyway, of anybody's expectations, especially in the beginning of the season, and he's never really got up again to the point where one could consider him a potential winner of this. And so I see him sneaking from behind, but we'll see. So on one, two, three, go. I'm starting the episode. Wow. Who did they say could win? Kendall comes in looking very tough, looking like he's oh really? Wow. 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 So Kendall starts off in the beginning. Okay, I'm coming back, guys. This is already really, really interesting. I want you to guys to be able to see me, so I'm just coming back 1 second. Interesting. So Kendall's already starting off on like a very, very kind of weak position. So I'm gonna go back to the beginning again because that was fascinating. Beginning starts off with Kendall feeling like a kind of delusion, back in his delusional, like I can do it all. hmm I won't be able to see your comments for a while, but I'll definitely respond to your comments after the episode. I don't think we got him. This makes me so happy, but unfortunately, it means that Kendall could win because to start off as such a weak position in the beginning. Sure. Wow. I'm gonna be I'm watching the opening one last time. Mm. One thing I never noticed about the opening is that um, in the right at the last shot of the opening, it's the dad standing behind Kendall, I believe. Or maybe it was the first season. Yeah, no, it is. Look, so and then the kids disappear, and then it's the dad. No, no, it's all of the kids. Maybe they changed it from the first season, but in the first season, okay, so she's lost. So the fact Shiv is in such a good position in the beginning, that's not looking good for my girl Shiv. Yeah, this is bad for Shiv. She's on top in the beginning. That's terrible. Kendall might win this. Fuck. Ah, this is terrible. Hmm. Shiv about to get shivved. Yeah, I think Shiv is about to get shivved. But again, the fact that she's mentioning Tom and talking about him in such a dismissive way uh, says for me that Tom is. It might be Tom. I don't like that necessarily. I just think it's gonna be him. Like of all the logical ones, I think that he makes more sense. But the problem is, I don't like him either. You know, I may like him even less than Kendall. In fact, I do. I like him less than Kendall. He's like a little. People who like Tom, I don't understand it. He's like a little sniveling nobody. Like I think when Shiv, the way Shiv treats him is exactly as he should be. Just sucks up to power. He's only with her for her money. Bullshit about he loves her. Get out of here. She should cheat on him. Start of our reign. Shiv is ridiculous. She's gonna get fucked by Madison. I hope she's got like a firm contract with this guy that if she pulls it through, that he has to make her CEO. Because if she doesn't, this is ridiculous. Just tell him. Oh my god, she's not even telling Tom that he's definitely gonna get a job. She should know that. Has Tom got a vote? I don't think Tom's got a vote though. So, but I would have thought that she should be nice. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not loving this so far. This conversation with Tom and Shiv is ridiculous. I mean, Wow. So Tom's saying he doesn't know if he wants to be in a relationship with her. I still want to know if Tom has a vote, but I don't think he does. So Greg's getting in there with Kendall, so it might be Kendall and Greg. And Roman's nowhere to be seen. This is interesting. This is very interesting. I'm not, the last episode is a lot to match and, you know, live up to. But so far, uh, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see where this episode goes. But the last episode is a lot to live up to, and so far it's just kind of like the writing has just been what I've found in Succession recently, which is oh wow. Okay, so Shiv comes to Roman to meet to her mother's place to meet Roman. Mm. All right, yo, yes. All right, Miss Susie, you go watch the episodes and come back. Yeah, the mom said she doesn't like eyes. I'm done. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like eggs in her head, in your head. I never thought of them like that. You're being aggressive, Shiv. Yeah. So it's the three siblings sitting around the table. Wow. Here we go. Tom with Madison. And Greg is there with Madison. Shit. So Tom is worried he's going to get fired. There's no way he's getting fired. Oh shit! So Tom is going to start pulling for Kendall. So why didn't you just tell Shiv you wanted to be with her if you're worried about getting fired like that? The human fucking vote. Wow. These three, whenever the three of them get together, it's just fucking brilliant. Oh, Shiv. Oh, Shiv. What's this thing with eyeballs? I don't like Shiv's confidence in this episode, though. It just screams to me that she's done. There's no way she wins now. And unfortunately, it seems like Kendall's in the weaker position and Roman's in the weakest position. So they are the ones who seem like they're gonna have to. They're the ones who are gonna have to rise, and Shiv is gonna have to fall. Like that's what they usually you'd see in writing like this. But somehow I feel like I've still got Tom in the lead so far because Tom is the link to Shiv winning. Wow, he just told he just told Tom he wanted to fuck his wife. Oh shit! So Madison's pulling for Tom. I knew it. I feel like the whole company's going down. I love this. This is Alexander Skarsgård as I've wanted him since the beginning. Oh my god. Skarsgård is killing it. This is what I wanted for him the whole season to be like have these kind of like moments. Well, now Tom's been told early on that he wants to make him CEO. I think he might not want to betray Shiv. Wow. So Tom's just going for it. He doesn't care about betraying Shiv or not. But oh, oh, Greg is smarter than we thought. So people who've been saying Greg is smart, they're actually right. He's translating their shit. Wow. Greg's gonna betray Tom. Greg is gonna be the man. Really. Oh, what is he gonna need? Wow. No, don't call Madison. Don't call Madison, you idiot, Shiv. Kendall's trying actually. Kendall's actually I actually am liking Kendall more. He's actually trying to like do things for his brothers and sisters. Oh, Shiv realized she's getting fucked. Come on, the three of them together. I would like that actually as an ending. If the three of them together work to take out Madsen, that would be cool. And Tom. Yes. Come on, three siblings together, three amigos. Come on. That I can deal with. That would be a good ending. All right, Kendall's winning. So they won't have a trio. Yeah, it's got to be Kendall. Sorry, even I have to say this. If they're choosing between the three, he was the Zodiac killer. He did Tupac. Brilliant. Yeah. Look, wow. Kendall's on point. I have to say, it's terrible. Yeah, Kendall's right. It's sad to say he's right, but I think maybe Shiv can. I'd rather it be Shiv. Get a contract, guys. Whatever you're doing with Kendall, get a contract signed so he can't pull back on it. If you don't get something signed, then you're idiots and you deserve Kendall doing whatever to you. But I'm kind of on Kendall's side on this one, unfortunately. But I think they're all going to lose, unfortunately. It looks too. Mm, They need to give away their pride, man. They need to get away from their pride. Kendall may be right on this one. Thank you, Roman. I don't think he wanted to give it to any of us. This is good stuff. Damn. Oh, this is good. The fact that they actually gave it to Kendall, I can deal with that. This is good that they're not like, because if it was a fight and one of them was gonna like, if he was gonna stab one of them in the back, then I would have gone for either Shiv or Roman. But if they're giving it to him, I'm happy. But he ain't gonna get it. Unfortunately, Tom's getting it because no way this has a happy ending. This is too happy. For, I mean, this is way too happy, too cozy. They're gonna go in there and they're gonna flop it. Either that or Roman or Shiv is gonna pull it through for him. It's not gonna be Kendall pulling it through for himself. I think Roman's gonna step up to the plate and really. So let's just pause midway because this is fascinating. I'm gonna pause midway. This is fascinating stuff. Greg the coach. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm just pausing a little. What does he say? I didn't want to be here. What the when the questions start? Um, okay. Well, I got out here better. Some one wonders in here in there. Sorry. Oh my God, you did. Um, so this is fascinating stuff. I love this resolution. It's so much better that the siblings get together to try and do this together. I think that's a fitting thing for them to do. But I think it's all going to go very, very terribly for them. Or either Shiv or Roman or both of them are going to be the one who sells Kendall, not Kendall himself. I don't think Kendall is going to be the one who's going to be, doing the selling of himself. I think he might even flop a little bit, and it's going to be Roman and Shiv who pull it through for him, and that will be the happy ending, right? So it's like Roman and Shiv weren't so useless after all. Both of them actually could have done it. They did have the potential to do it, but like making sense. Kendall, given how long they've got, just a day to figure this out. Kendall is the one that makes the most sense, clearly, even though I hate him. But unfortunately, I don't think that's the way the cookie's going to crumble here. I think, although it would be nice to have all three of them and Greg the Egg. Greg the Egg has shown himself. Like, I didn't know he was that sly. So the whole time he's been fucking sly as shit because you never really see what he's doing, right? Like he's kind of just there pretending to be like an idiot. And now you see what he's been doing, which is why he's been able to rise up the ranks all of the time, right? So he's actually there, like spying on people. He's got an app to translate what they're saying so that he can get in. And I bet you trust me, he's not only got in with the siblings, he's got in with Madsen as well. So he's gone, okay, I'll give the information to the siblings so that they're, so he's guaranteed a place. I think he's, whether Tom wins and gets CEO position, it's definitely Greg's going to be there, like by his side. And if the siblings win, they're gonna, of course, appreciate what Greg did by giving them the heads up and putting them in pole position to win. So he's fantastic. He's won me over as like somebody who should be part of, one of the winners of the show. Absolutely, in this episode. That being said, final predictions. This could be a happy ending. Happy ending is Shiv takes over ATN, with Tom as well. Happy ending. Roman kind of, gets all of, over social media or whatever, gets the money, from the company, and Kendall becomes king CEO. Happy ending. And Greg also gets his position as well. Do I think there's going to be a happy ending? Something's going to come up and really like mess this up, and we're only going to find out in the last, you know seconds of this show what's going to go down, because there's got to be a spanner in the works. They've reached an objective, or they've reached a thing that they all, want the same thing. Something's going to get in their way very soon. I don't know if it's going to split them up. I think they might retain being a group, but something's going to split them up. So we'll see. This it went from an okay episode, and now I'm like loving this episode. It's great. And so I started again. For everyone, I'm at 44:15. She's been fantastic as a mother. She's such a good performer. Let's give all three of them Emmys right now. They are fantastic together. Well, this is nice. This is heartwarming. This is what I like to see them together like this. That was a lovely little performance by them in the kitchen. They're just such good perform. Like I'm gonna miss these guys, bro. Like even I'm actually starting to like Kendall in this episode. It's wow. After hating him for the whole entire, like every single one of these guys, I've hated, then I've liked, then I've loved. Kendall, I've just hated the whole way through, and he's actually won me over in this episode. This is the first time he just said it like the reality of things, rather than this pompous. Anyway, Wow. Brian Cox needs an Emmy for this. Like he needs an Emmy for guest star. Oh wow. This shit is it's not as good as the last episode, but boy oh boy, it's pretty decent. Pretty decent. It's definitely I mean if it sticks to landing with where it's going so far, this could end up being one of the best final episodes in TV history. Like top five. Oh shit. Oh, she just told him that Greg told him. Fuck. And Greg's fucked if Tom gets in charge now. Oh shit. He's gonna punch him. He's gonna punch him. He's gonna punch Greg. Shit. Ooh shit. Ooh shit. Greg just fucking slapped him. Ooh. So if Tom wins, Greg's out. Shit. I didn't see that one coming. Shiv kind of fucked Greg. Shit. This is so either Greg, Shiv, you know, Kendall, and Roman go through together, or it's Tom and oh boy, Gojo, and wow, I don't think this is going to end happily for four of them. I think Tom's on top. I kind of predicted it in the beginning, but I thought Greg was going with him. What's going on with Roman? What is going on with Roman? Has he snapped? Oh God, Kieran is just amazing. Come on, keep it together. Keep it together. You got to go in and together. Keep it together, guys. How long have we got left? Got to go to work at some point. 20 minutes. This is this is spicing up, guys. This is spicing up. Is Onzo in here? Come on, Shiv. Shiv's gonna shiv somebody, but for your family for once. This is gonna be her arc, I guess. That she's finally gonna betray people, but for her own family. Come on. Come on, Roman, don't be a fucking idiot. Good. Don't do it. Don't shift up. Don't shift them. Don't shift them. Oh man, what is wrong with shift? Don't fuck it up. Oh, shift's gonna fuck it up. Yeah, I mean, really, don't, don't scream. Don't sh- shit. Oh, shift's gonna say, oh shit. Oh shit! Wow, what the fuck? That's crazy. Don't do it. Tom wins. Greg's out. I was right, but wow, Roman is telling it as it is. This is what I've been saying. He's the only one who has any kind of insight into it. Oh my god, this is crazy. This is crazy. Shift him right at the last moment and gave it to Tom. It's unbelievable. But but why is Tom any more qualified to it than? Oh shit, he's gonna commit suicide. He's gonna commit suicide. This is terrible. He's gonna kill himself, or he's gonna kill Roman, or and Shiv. I don't. I really don't know what he's gonna do. This is terrible. Wow, Shiv fucked him right at the last moment. Don't do it. Don't jump off the fucking building. Come on, Kendall. I thought this is bad, but like, I've never liked you, but don't jump. Shit, he's gonna jump. This is fucking crazy. Tom wins. Greg's out. I said it was gonna be Tom, bro. He's fucked. He's gonna jump. This is terrible. He's gonna jump. Oh, Greg's. So it's Greg and Tom. Shit. He's killed his brother. They just killed their brother. He's gonna kill himself. This is terrible. He's gonna kill himself. He's gonna. This is bad. It's the impending doom of this situation. Kendall had it. Oh my god! It was just her. Why didn't she just say, "Make me CEO," and then I'll vote for us? They've got billions now. If they had have gone with Shiv, he, so so Shiv is still in there. Shiv's still in there. So Shiv wins. At least married to the CEO. This is terrible. Where is Kendall? Oh fuck. I actually feel sorry for Kendall. It's so terrible what happened to him. Oh my god. I didn't want him to lose like this. This is horrible. I knew it was going to be Tom. I told you. And Greg somehow managed to keep on because Tom saw he was a piece of shit, and that's what you need in that corporate world. And this, wow, what a brilliant episode. He needs to get a fucking Emmy, bro. Oh my god. That is emotionally devastating. That is emotionally devastating. Oh my god, I don't even know what to say. Fuck. Oh my god, everyone's gonna hate Shiv. Like all the Kindle bros are gonna be hating Shiv, bro. Um. Oh, where'd you get that at the dollar store? Yeah, no, I've actually got. This is my, I suppose, living room. Uh, there's a. I've got another room, but my girlfriend's sleeping in it. But yeah, it's a pretty shitty bed. Wow. Um, I don't know what to say. That is, I've hated this guy, Kendall, for so long, but I really genuinely feel like right at the end he was trying to do things for his brothers and sisters, but ultimately Roman's right. Like you've looked at this whole show throughout and gone, which sibling is worthy, and all through you'd have to say none of them because they all have this incredible weakness to them, each one of them. Um, and he's right. Roman was right. Everything he said, like at the end, we're nothing. We're nothing without our dad. We can't do this, you know. But I still think they could have, if they had a banded together, they could have done it. But her pride just got in the way. Everyone's gonna hate Shiv, man. But what a performance by all of them. Jesus. What have you guys got to say? Because I'm stumped, bro. That was that last shot of Kendall. That's good writing, right? I like literally didn't want Kendall to win, and they made me. Yeah, he's right. We are all bullshit. They were all bullshit. It was their dad, you know. But I don't really see the argument in the sense of, all right, yeah, we're all bullshit, but like, how's Tom any better? Like, Tom's gonna really like take them to the next level, or you know. And she had news. That was the funny thing about it. She had the news. Shiv, like he was giving her the news, like you'll be the, and she could have used that to, you know, if she really believed in democracy and believed in all of the things that she says she does, and the health of the republic and all of that kind of crap, she would have had prime power to be able to do things, everything she wanted. I feel, I mean, it's interesting. Could human pride, could sibling rivalry um be that uh painful and hurtful and so just this inner trauma that you can't get over, that you could even sabotage yourself, everything you've ever wanted. I mean, she wanted news. Okay, I mean, I don't know why she didn't as well just suggest, look, make me CEO and then we can vote all together. You know, like if you go in there and say, I'm going to be CEO, I'll vote, I'll vote it out. But like, wow, I genuinely thought Kendall was going to just, the last bit was just going to be as they're signing, Kendall just, you know, jumps off the building. This is horrible, man. Like, they were all together and then they just fucked it. That trauma that their father had caused by pitting them against each other, the abuse that they had suffered, it was just too much for them. And guys, and again, what are your thoughts, man? Like, you tell me your thoughts, because I'm shaken by that. That was a really powerful last episode. It was really, really good and heartbreaking. And I knew that thing at the end, because he, you know, what was interesting about what Kendall did just then. You know, he said he killed someone in a moment of honesty, and then once again he was being really, really honest, and you know, he wasn't trying to backstab anybody. He was being really honest about why he should have the CEO position. And even I, as somebody who doesn't like Kendall, is like, yeah, you know, he's got a point. you dropped the ball. Roman, you're my boy. Shiv was my girl, but they dropped the ball every fucking time. He's the only one who never, who at least at times didn't drop the ball when it was go time. You know, and so I thought, he was being really honest and genuine about like the three of them really taking over the company and bringing the company into the future and changing the face of it to something more palatable. But what he did right at the end was very, very interesting, where he denies killing the boy, because that shows no, he just really, really wants it. When it all comes down to it, it's just about like getting that CEO position for himself. Finally, having killed his dad and getting that position he'd always dreamed of. He'd say anything and do anything and be the pathetic little shit that made me hate him throughout the seasons before. That desperation that came out in him um, when they started challenging him about the position just shows where ultimately Kendall is coming from. Oh, the Kendall crew are going to be unhappy tonight. I don't like Tom either, so I'm not a big fan. I just predicted I think Tom's going to win. I just felt like he was in such a weak position in the beginning of the show. There's no way Tom doesn't pull this through at the end. So, but I'm not a big Tom fan. I think the performance is great. He's a great actor, but I'm not a big fan of his character. But the Kendall team Kendall is going to be like upset. I'm very curious as to what people's responses to this last episode are. Wow. Let me see what you said. Seems like even Shiv was miserable at the end, so didn't win. Yeah, she kind of sabotaged anything that she could actually do that she's always said that she's wanted to do, which is kind of interesting. I don't know what that's about. Yeah, I'm very frustrated with Shiv, but with this end, they all lost in a way. Yeah, because they couldn't give it to one of them, even the most objectively deserving. And it was very stupid of him to bring up, I'm the eldest boy. He should have said, I'm the eldest one, not eldest boy. Because that did not help his situation with Shiv. Saying I'm the eldest boy, I should have it because I'm the eldest boy. If he had said I'm the eldest one, not discrediting that Shiv should not get it just because of her gender, then I think he could have had something. But he should have offered them something. Like he should have offered Shiv something at that point. Just like, all right, you want to be CEO, but keep it in the family. There was this is interesting. This was really, really fascinating. Like just how because I come from a kind of situation in a way like them with my mother. I think it's why I kind of relate to the show. My mother used to pit my brothers and sisters against each other. Who's doing the best? Who's like who she cares for more, and it was very, very emotional when she died. Like all of us kind of dealing with the traumas of what she had put us through. And so yeah, that was a kind of interesting thing. Like I think it's really hard when people die, a strong, because my mother was also really a strong, powerful center of the family. It's really hard when people die, because Shiv says, I love you, but I can't give it to you. And she's just not giving it to him purely out of spite, just because it isn't her. And, if they all had have chosen her, I think Kendall would have done the same thing. I think Kendall would have been like, I can't do this. Like something would have happened. You know, their rivalry with each other was just so deeply ingrained. You know, the father just pitting them off against each other that even their love was not strong enough to glue them together to, to overcome what they'd been conditioned to do, which was be rivals. And even Roman towards the end was like kind of, I think it's interesting. Why did Roman kind of switch? Especially after his brother had hugged him and said it could have been you and all of that kind of thing. And I think the reason he switched isn't because he agreed with Shiv, but that Shiv's actions actually demonstrated to him why their family was fucked. They'd always be fucked. And they had to there's no way that the trio could have ever worked together. They would end up, fucking each other because they don't trust each other. They love each other, but they don't trust each other ultimately. And it was just too bitter. Their relationship was too tortured, too bitter to really overcome that. And I think that's what, Roman kind of saw, and that's what switched him. Not so much that he was like, oh, I'm pissed off that you're becoming CEO. But look at us. He's just like, look at us. We can't work together. Dad's fucked us. He's made us into bullshit. Purposely maybe, so that they would never be competition for him, but he's made them into literal bullshit in the sense of they're so prideful and vain and incapable of doing anything other than trying to get their dad's approval. And that CEO position was the ultimate approval of their dad, and even if he wasn't there to see the anointment, that would be like saying, for them, letting Kendall win, letting Kendall become CEO to Shiv, especially, I think, was like saying, oh, well, Kendall was the favorite son. Kendall was the favorite child. And it wasn't the CEO bit that bothered her. It was the idea that Kendall is the favorite child, that Kendall is the best one. She couldn't handle that because she'd been conditioned to always, be trying to go against him. I mean, it was a very, very complex ending, and I think it was more about family issues than business issues in the end. Because there's no way you can justify to me that she thinks Tom is more qualified than Kendall to run the business. I mean, if there's one person in the world less qualified than Kendall to run that business, it's Tom. And our boy Greg the Egg, we should talk about Greg the Egg. I thought, I was worried about our boy there, but it was nice to see how he'd been operating, what he'd been doing in order to navigate himself to the top as he has done. It was really interesting to see how he actually, managed to be doing that, because all this time we're thinking he's just being an idiot, he's just being stupid, but in fact he's there like always with an angle for himself. And as soon as Tom said to him, oh, we're gonna have to like cut your money by like 3/4, he was like, all right, I'm gonna get a better deal from the siblings, and he got in there, got the information, and squirming his way into that deal. And I thought he was gone. I thought it was going to be all three of the Roys, all four of the Roys out. Man, that last 15 minutes is, I genuinely don't know what to say. I'm honestly leaving it up to you. Just what are your thoughts? How are you feeling about this? If you've got any comments, anything before I go, because I got to go. I've got to get to work. Um, so I'll give you like a few moments if you want me to respond to anything that you're thinking. But I'm devastated. I finally was rooting for Kendall. You know, right at the end, I flipped and I was finally rooting for Kendall. All through, I've never been rooting for him. I've always been rooting for either Shiv or Roman. But when they came together and wanted to put up a united front, I was like, yeah, you know, okay, if they're gonna do it together like that, then I'm happy with that. And I was rooting for them, and they just, the pain was too much. So yeah, so Tom and Greg's final interaction made me smile. He's got Greg's back. Yeah, he had Greg's back in the end, but I think because he saw him as like, look, he knows how to play the game, and so he kind of got him in the end. But if there's no more comments within the next, okay, here we go. Very bittersweet for me. Love the kitchen scene between the three, and then it all falls apart for them at the end. Yeah, I love the kitchen scene, and it's like they're just parallel scenes. You know, it's like the last scene and the first and that scene where they anoint him are just these parallel scenes that are so, one so beautiful and one so torturous. You know, it's always nice when, you know, you see brothers and sisters working together, like trying to get along, trying to um, you know, do it together. I always enjoyed that when they were more like that, when they showed their love for each other. And I thought maybe finally they'll see like they're strongest together, because each one of them has serious fucking vulnerabilities and weaknesses, you know, that without the support of each other they'll never be Logan. I mean, all three of them together are barely Logan, you know. Like, they're like half of Logan. You know. But I thought, you know, their best chance was three of them working together, because Kendall in it on him by himself, he would have gone up in a ball of flames, you know. But with the support of the two of them, I think they could have worked something out. I think each one of them, if it was, you know, one winning at the expense of the others, they would have gone up in flames, whichever one it was. If it was Shiv as CEO or Roman as CEO, while the other two, you know, were against him or her, they all would have fucked it up. But I think together they may have managed to do something. And it's sad. It's very sad. What happened at the end? But yeah, just going back to this kitchen scene again. Yeah, I thought that was really sweet and beautiful, and I was hoping for the best for them. But I just knew, I think I said it at the time, something's going to come up. Like something really bad's going to come up. I didn't imagine it was going to be the thing that they still managed to shock me that it was that. I was just like, yeah, I thought Kendall was going to jump at the over the edge at the end. That would have been. I'm not going to look. I think that would have been a better ending, quite honestly. I think it was nice that they hinted at that possibility. And I do like the last shot of him just looking in despair. But I actually think that could have been a stronger ending if Kendall had just jumped like after, just to show like that was his whole goal in life. That was his, that, you know, taking that throne was everything to him. And without that, he has no meaning for being. His whole kind of existential meaning for being has just been robbed of him. So I thought if he had a jumped at a certain point, or you know, it maybe they thought it would be too, you know, much. Maybe they thought it would be too much and maybe a little bit unrealistic. Kendall, you know, but I feel like he would have done that. I really do feel Kendall would have like jumped. It would be the ultimate satisfaction for a Kendall hater if he had have jumped off the roof. I would have been clapping like, yeah. Um, how do you feel about the show now overall? I mean, it's a masterpiece. It had a few weak episodes. I would say 95% of the episodes were like 9 out of 10s. There were a few episodes I thought were 6 out of 10s, 5 out of 10s in this last season, but overall, I mean, that was some great TV. That I watched just then. That was a fantastic final episode, and I'm gonna go online very soon to find out what everyone else is thinking about this. Specifically, since he hinted at it in this episode, he said, "If I can't do this, I don't know if I can live," or something along those lines. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking they thought maybe it was a little bit too pat. You know, I'm sure they considered it. I'm sure they considered Kendall committing suicide. You know, I'm almost 100% sure that they felt that maybe he should just jump, but then they just thought it's too easy an ending, you know, that he just jumps. I mean, the thing is, though, dude, you could do another season of this shit from the way they ended it. Or they could do a final movie, right? Like what happened after, you know, maybe something happens where some scandal with Gojo is revealed, and then Kendall gets his final chance to take over the kingdom. And I don't know that he can ever go to Roman and Shiv again. I think that he'll never talk to them again. I can't, realistically speaking, I can't. That betrayal was one of the most epic betrayals I've ever seen in TV history, and it was purely out of spite. Like shivved him hard. Like no one shifts like Shivy Shivster. She shivved him hard. Um, wow. I almost, I have to speak because I'm doing this, right? But like, I'm almost speechless. She shivved him in ways that I didn't even know were possible, bro. Just brought out like, oh, you killed a guy, you can't be seen. She's just it's ridiculous. Um, man, she's gonna get an Emmy. But people are gonna hate her so bad. She's literally gone up to being one of the most despicable characters in TV history. Like, she's got to be one of the most hateable characters in TV history. I love her, but like, I can see from other people's perspective, she's a horrible human being. Just horrible. The vanity on this woman is ridiculous. You know, Roman is Roman or whatever, and I think he had his own reasons for like just saying get it over with, because he did vote for his brother in the end. He didn't take back his vote for his brother, but he just said let her do what she wants to do because we're a mess. And look, even when we try and do things together, it's bullshit because we can't do it. That was a fucking snake move by Shiv, bro. Specifically, okay. What bothers me about Shiv is that she pretty much gave her word to her brothers. I know, right? Then she just shivs her family, right? Like, it's a fantastic performance. I'll never take anything away from Sarah Snook. She's incredible. But that is even for me as a Shiv fan, like I, in some ways, I wanted her more than anyone to take over. But even me as a Shiv fan, I'm just like, you are a bitch, bro. Wow, you just don't like. It's all about like for her, like if I can't do it, fuck all of you. Every single time. If I can't do it, fuck all of you. Um, and she's done that over and over and over again. And you thought maybe this time she'd get over it, but nope. So Shiv gave her family birthright away because it couldn't be her at the absolute top. I mean, she would have led news. Like, that's the most important part of the whole company is the news, thing. And she would have led all of it. I mean, I suppose, in a funny way, I think Tom might give her news. So either way, by going with Tom, she probably will get more power. Like she'll be able to have a kid, get, news. But I think there's more story here. I honestly do. I think there is more story here. I think you could do not a season, but I think you could do something like Breaking Bad, like a movie. And I think it will be better than Breaking Bad because in Breaking Bad it didn't make sense because the main character had died essentially. But here you've got all three main players still there. And that bit when they were shit, man. The bit where they were watching their father and they were so, all the conflicting feelings were coming through them, but they, to see their father just being a nice guy, just having a sense of humor about himself, mocking himself, and they were all there, like emotionally, um, emotionally processing their relationship with their father. I think that was a really, really beautiful moment as well. I should mention that. And I think Brian Cox might, he didn't do much this season, but what he did do was fairly impactful. And I hope he does get a guest star Emmy. But yeah, guys, I mean, that's it for me. I can't think of anything else to say. Shiv is a bitch. This show took me on a roller coaster. I cannot believe that it was so good at making me love a character, then hate a character, then love a character again. And almost at times because of how human they were, forget that these people are absolutely despicable, horrible people. And it did it finally again to me again today again. Where with the family coming together, with with the family coming together and finally being able to agree with each other who should take over and seeming like they genuinely cared for each other and were going to have each other's backs. I kind of was like, even the one person who I have despised the whole way through, I've been consistent with it. with Kendall. Been like, fuck this guy. I've always been Team Logan. I was always Team Logan when it came to Kendall. And even him in this last episode, I kind of like. Finally, I was like, actually, you know what? I want him to win. He deserves it. Well, not he deserves it, but you know, for how he's playing it, like he's not trying to like play it like all shady, like he's just coming up to them, you know, and just laying out how it is. For him doing it like that and not being shady and trying to bring all his brothers and sisters together and galvanize them as one unit, I actually appreciated that about him. And I finally was like, you know what, fuck it, give it to him. But I knew he wasn't going to get it. I knew it was just too pat. I told Film Elitis this as well. So even in the last episode, the one person I've always despised, they got me to like. Everyone else, I've always been like up and down on. Logan was the one I most consistently liked. Roman was like somewhere in the middle. Shiv was like somewhere in the middle. One episode I like her, one episode I hate her, one episode I like her. One, you know, same with Roman. Logan was like, you know, 7 episodes I like him, and then I realize he's a monster sociopath who's trying to watch the world burn, you know, just so he can get rich. And I, you know, consistently forgot that because, you know, just seeing his like rotten, spoiled children trying to take over his company while he's just an old man who's like on his last legs was just like, I always saw him as the kind of underdog. And it was such a great performance by Cox to show exactly why, no, I'm the man. You guys, you kids don't get it. Like, I provided for you. I've spoiled you. You don't have any idea how to be me. And so I always kind of like, you know, liked Logan quite a bit, but then I realized, wait a second, this is Rupert Murdoch. I'm fucking, you know, cheering for, and that's not cool. And yeah, so the only one they hadn't got me with is Kendall. Like the only one who never was like 50-50. I was just like, I despise from the first episode, I despised this kid. And it just got worse and worse and worse how much I hated him. And I finally, in this final episode, they got me. They made me like root for him finally, and then they took that away from me. So there you go. That is Succession. I think it's top 5 shows of all time. Absolute brilliant execution. I think I only like Game of Thrones more than this, or you know. And I don't think that ended as well, but I think like certain seasons were really, really good. But wow, they've got a movie. I'm sure they've got a movie of Succession coming out. There's no way they don't write a movie showing what happens to the siblings. Maybe Kendall gets one more chance to become CEO. Maybe Tom is fucking up, or something happens to Gojo deal. Something happens regulatory where they're like, we don't want, you know, some Scandinavian company taking over one of our biggest news channels. There could be a regulatory thing that goes against Gojo, against the Gojo deal, and they have to like navigate that, and that gives Kendall an opening to come in again and maybe take over. I think they could do a film like that. Just to give all you Team Kendall people some hope, I really think they might do a final film, you know, where Kendall actually takes over. I don't think he's going to be talking to. I don't see how he can talk to Roman and Shiv again, but I do see that maybe there's a movie, you know, that might give the Team Kendall people some kind of because this must have been devastating if you were Team Kendall. Absolutely devastating if you're Team Kendall. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for joining me. And that's my reaction. Brilliant. Didn't love all of season 4. I thought some of it was a little bit weak, but altogether, those last 3 episodes were a fucking roller coaster. I wish I could have watched them all at once, because I would have just been like, you know, yeah, great show. And yeah, I'm gonna find out now what everybody thinking about this shit. Peace. I'll see you on the flip side, and I love you 3000.